The drift of stars was the only music Hank knew on the edge of known space. For months, he had been hopping from asteroid belt to asteroid belt, fixing cargo ships, freighters, and mining vessels, eking out a living at the fringes of human civilization. His small repair pod smelled of burnt circuits and recycled air, the hum of machinery a lullaby he had grown to love. Life was predictable, safe even, until the day she arrived. It wasn't a ship he recognized. Its design was unlike any human vessel, sleek, almost organic, with faint energy pulses flowing along its hull. It drifted in near-perfect orbit around a minor asteroid, life signs faint but present. Hank's scanner beeped furiously, warning him that the ship's power core was unstable, but curiosity won over caution. A voice crackled over his comms, melodious yet commanding. "Can you fix it?" Hank blinked. He wasn't used to passengers, especially not ones who spoke like royalty. Depends on what's wrong," he said, scratching his head. The voice chuckled softly, like sunlight on water. "I'll wait. It's not like I have a destination pressing." Moments later, a portal shimmered, and she stepped through. Hank froze. She wasn't human. Her eyes glowed faintly, her skin had a pearlescent hue, and her movements were fluid, almost unnatural. Yet she radiated a presence that demanded respect. "I'm sorry to intrude," she said, eyes scanning the repair pod as if reading its every flaw instantly. "My ship is compromised. Can you help?" Hank swallowed. "I'm good with machines, but I've never seen a ship like yours." She smiled faintly. "Then it's fortunate you're here. I have little choice." The work began. Hank crawled into the ship's underbelly, examining circuits, power conduits, and bioreactive systems he didn't fully understand. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he navigated unfamiliar technology. And yet, something about her calm presence pushed him forward, gave him focus. She hovered nearby, observing silently, offering minimal guidance, but her gaze was enough. Hours passed. Sparks flew, tools clanged, and Hank swore at a conduit that refused to align. Then, finally, the core stabilized. The ship hummed to life. She tilted her head, eyes narrowing with approval. "You've done what even my engineers failed to accomplish." Hank's chest swelled with pride. "Well, it's my job." Her smile deepened. "Not many can fix a star-forged vessel without breaking it." Hank's brow furrowed. "Star-forged? You're not human, are you?" She laughed, a sound both musical and powerful. "I am something far more complex. But you wouldn't believe me if I told you." Hank shrugged, wiping sweat from his hands. "Try me." She paused, studying him, as if weighing the cost of truth. Finally, she said softly, "I am the ruler of this galaxy's core systems. My title is Queen of the United Stellar Alliance." Hank froze. The words sank slowly, heavy like a gravestone. You're the queen?" "Yes." Her eyes softened. "And you just saved my life and my ship. In return, you've earned my trust." Hank laughed nervously. "I fix machines. That's all. I'm just a nobody from the rim." She studied him with an intensity that left him uncomfortable. It seems the universe has a way of making nobodies very important. The unexpected voyage. Once the ship stabilized, she insisted Hank accompany her back to her flagship, a vessel of unimaginable scale. The journey through hyperspace was quiet but tense. Hank tried to act casual, but every glance at the gleaming corridors, every hint of galactic maps flickering along the walls, reminded him that he was far from home. "Why would someone like me matter to someone like you?" he asked, finally voicing the question that had been gnawing at him. "Because," she said, eyes fixed on the stars outside, You acted without fear. Most humans would have fled, panicked, or destroyed my systems trying to fix them. You saw only the problem, not the danger. Hank shook his head. I didn't think. I just did my job. Her gaze softened. That is why you are remarkable. Not because of your skill alone, but because of your clarity under pressure. Humans are underestimated far too often. For the first time, Hank realized the truth behind her words. Across countless systems, humans were often written off, fragile, unpredictable, primitive. Yet here he was, standing in a palace in the void, with a galaxy's ruler acknowledging his worth. Secrets of the Galaxy. Upon arrival, Hank was given a tour of the Flagship. The interior defied comprehension. Vast atriums bathed in starlight, corridors stretching hundreds of meters, and technology that seemed indistinguishable from magic. Holomaps displayed entire galaxies, political territories, and trade routes. She explained the alliances, wars, and fragile peace that balanced the galaxy. Hank struggled to grasp it all. And you're responsible for keeping all this in order? She nodded. One mistake, one misstep, and trillions die. I carry the weight of billions, yet every day I make choices that could ignite war or prevent it. Hank swallowed. The scope of responsibility was unimaginable. And you trust me how? I'm just a mechanic. You fix what others cannot. You act where others hesitate. That is why I trust you. For days, Hank assisted her in minor repairs across the Flagship, learning the intricacies of her vessel, her systems, and gradually, her people. He realized the galaxy was a living entity, and she was its caretaker, a responsibility both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The crisis. Their peaceful routine shattered when a warning siren blared. Enemy vessels, unknown and heavily armed, breached the outer sectors. Hank was shoved into the command center, panic rising in his chest. They've learned of my presence, the Queen said calmly. They seek to destroy me, to destabilize the Alliance. We cannot let that happen. Hank's mind raced. What do you want me to do? Help me stabilize the defense grid. Your hands-on ingenuity may turn the tide. For hours, Hank worked with precision, rerouting power, repairing shields, and improvising defenses in ways the Queen's elite engineers hadn't even considered. He risked his life as enemy fire tore across the Flagship's hull, each strike sending tremors through the corridors. The Queen watched, serene yet commanding, coordinating strategy, while Hank's hands danced over alien interfaces. Slowly, the Flagship's defenses strengthened, the enemy ships faltering under an unanticipated countermeasure. Finally, the assault ended. Hank collapsed into a chair, sweat and exhaustion overwhelming him. The Queen approached, placing a hand lightly on his shoulder. You have saved countless lives today, including mine. Hank met her gaze, heart pounding. I just did what I could. You did far more, she said, a rare smile gracing her lips. The revelation. After the battle, they retreated to a quiet observation deck, overlooking the galaxy like two tiny figures in an infinite ocean. Why show me this? Hank asked. Why involve me in your wars? Because humans, she said softly, are the only beings capable of seeing the simple truth amidst chaos. You are incorruptible in ways my people cannot understand. Hank shivered. That's a heavy burden. And yet, she replied, I believe it is your destiny to carry it with me. Not as a ruler, but as a partner, in the sense the word allows. Hank laughed softly, shaking his head. Me? A nobody from the rim? Partner to a galactic queen. You fixed a stranger's ship, she said, eyes twinkling. And in doing so, you fixed the course of the galaxy. The choice. Days passed. Hank could not return to the rim. The galaxy had changed him, and he knew he could never be content with the quiet life of a repair pod again. "You don't have to choose now," the Queen said, sensing his hesitation. "But know this, your presence matters. Your courage matters. And one day, the galaxy may demand more of you." Hank swallowed hard. He looked at the endless stars stretching beyond the observation deck and made his decision. "I'll stay," he said finally. "Not because I'm needed, but because I want to be here. With you." The Queen smiled, a rare, genuine warmth that could rival the stars themselves. "Then let us shape the galaxy together." The beginning of a new era. Word of the repairman who saved the Queen spread quickly. Across star systems, whispers traveled faster than light. A human, humble and unassuming, had stood alongside the galaxy's ruler, saving her from destruction and earning her trust. Hank's presence became a symbol that courage, skill, and integrity were not defined by species or origin, but by actions. Humans, often underestimated, now had a champion. A reminder that even in a galaxy of gods and monsters, the human spirit was unpredictable and powerful. Together, they navigated alliances, quashed rebellions, and forged peace where none existed. Hank was no longer a simple mechanic drifting among asteroids. He was a legend, a partner, and a beacon of hope, a human who fixed not just a ship, but the course of a galaxy. And so, in the cold vastness of space, amid star systems teetering on the edge of chaos, a human and a queen began writing a new chapter, one where courage, trust, and heart shaped destiny.